Hey, it's Bryan Schock from 1015 KGB, and this is the first installment of something called What's on My Mind. My video blog? I'm kind of new to this whole blog thing anyway. I mean, what is blog? What does that mean? Well, basically what we're going to do here is I'm going to have something on my mind, which I do often. The boss doesn't let me go off like that on the air because we have plenty of things to play as far as music goes. So here's my opportunity to really kind of let it fly. And who knows what the subject is going to be. It can be anything from, well, it won't be politics, I'll tell you that. I'm not going there. But it can be music, it can be sports, current events, you know, but I'm not going to go straight politics. I'm telling you that right now. All right, today's subject is the band Rush. They have a documentary out called Beyond the Lighted Stage, and I am a huge Rush fan. Anybody who listens to my show on a regular basis, which is, by the way, Monday through Friday, 3 to 7, knows that I am a huge Rush fan. And this documentary covers it all. Now let me give you a little background on my background with Rush. The first time I ever saw the band was 1977, September of 1977 at the San Diego Sports Arena. UFO was opening for them with Michael Schenker, and that was their Lights Out tour. And I was a very big UFO fan. I wanted to see them. And I'd heard about Rush, but I'd never heard anything by them, nor had I seen them before. So what the heck? Let's go to the show. We'll see a new band. We'll see a great band that we like. So my friends and I pile in the car. We go see the show, and we were just absolutely floored by Rush. From that moment on, I was a Rush fan. I've seen them many times since in many different states physically, and many different states of mind. And the first time I had an opportunity to interview anybody in the band was Getty. I did that for KGB back in 1988, I believe it was, the Hold Your Fire tour. The station sent me off to Phoenix, Arizona to interview Getty and get a feel for what that Hold Your Fire tour was all about. And that was a special moment for me, but not as special as watching the documentary Rush Beyond the Lighted Stage. Because for a guy who's got a history, a 33-year history with this band, I learned so many things. Now the film itself I would give 4 out of 5 stars. But the beginning of the film, the first maybe third or 40% of the film, I'd give that about 8 out of 5 stars. It was that good. The early years of Rush, learning about how they got together, learning about how Neil became part of the band. There was actual footage of Alex and his family discussing his leaving school to take this whole thing on professionally. I mean, who films a moment like that with their family? Unless it was completely fabricated, but I'm telling you, it certainly didn't look like it or feel like it. So the first part of this film was incredible. Now there was a disappointing part in the film for me, because from the Grace Under Pressure period all the way through up to maybe Presto, they barely even brushed upon the music in the film. And there was some great music, and I really would have loved to have heard a little bit more in depth about what the thought process was in putting some of that stuff together. But if that's the worst part of it, I'm telling you, this is worth a view, especially if you are a Rush fan. If you're not a Rush fan, you know, I still think you'd be entertained. There were moments in here where I was laughing hysterically. There were moments in here where there were tears welling up in my eyes. There are things that happened to some of the members, one in particular who went through very troubled times, and it was very touching. It really is a film that if you are a fan of music at all, and especially a fan of Rush, that I would highly recommend you spend the 90 minutes, or I guess it's a couple of hours, on VH1 checking it out. Now, if you're a true fan, go out and buy this, because there's another 90 minutes of extra footage. In fact, I'm going to go do this as soon as I finish talking to you about it right here. I'm going to head out and purchase the Blu-ray version of this particular film, Rush Beyond the Lighted Stage. Again, that's what's on my mind today. I'm Bryan Schock, Monday through Friday, 3 to 7, right on 1015 KGB. Thanks for listening.